I have forgotten most of the philosophy I studied in the seminary, but I do remember a definition I memorized in Latin, which in English said, "A sign is a thing which is used to signify other things and to make them come to mind." This definition is important for our understanding of sacraments, signs, and it comes from St. Augustine. I thought about it today as we read John's Gospel story of Jesus driving the money changers from the temple in Jerusalem. The bystanders want to know, what sign can you show us for doing this? In John's Gospel, the notion of signs is important. It is John's way of describing what we commonly call miracles. For John, signs like the changing of water into wine are actions which can lead to faith. Here, Jesus offers his audience a sign. He says, "Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up." They scoff. What comes to their minds is the massive temple under construction for 46 years. But for us, John wants this sign to, quote, bring to mind a number of things. Set at Passover, Jesus' actions recall the meaning of that feast: a sacrificial lamb, the Exodus, Israel's liberation from slavery, a springtime feast of new life. The temple itself is the very heart of God's presence, where the shedding of animal blood in hundreds of sacrifices took place daily. Of course, John clues us in. Jesus is, he says, speaking about the temple of his own body. And this sign is meant to lead people to faith in the Scripture and the word Jesus had spoken. Our Lent is directed toward that ultimate sign of love on Good Friday. Then we will read the climax of John's Gospel, Jesus' own Passover, as he is lifted up on the cross. Along with those preparing this Lent for baptism, we're called to renew our faith and, as John says, come to believe.